Let's quickly talk about the straight gate, the so-called narrow way in Matthew 7:14 here. And I'm reading from the King James here at Blue Letter Bible, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life. Now, the word narrow here is a verb. A verb is action, okay? A noun is a thing. So the verb phlebo is in the same word family as the noun phlepsis. So phlepsis is the thing, phlebo is the act, which they translated narrow, but here the noun defines tribulation or affliction here. For there shall be great tribulation. So the so-called narrow way is the afflicted way. I'm reading here from the Devar translation, which has consistently translated the noun and verbs either affliction or afflicted. So here in Matthew 24:21, for then will be great affliction, phlepsis, is the same way that is one having been afflicted, phlebo, which again is the verb. Okay, so when people are reading this verse right here in the King James, they're not getting the context. The word narrow is not defining the afflicted way. It just says narrow here. And like I've shown before in other videos, if we just look at this verse in a parallel view at Bible Hub, all translations have done the same thing. Why? Because they're all biased towards the King James translation. These translations did not go back to the original Greek texts like the Devar did. They just copy and pasted what the King James translated the word as. All of these here, King James, the New King James, narrow, small, okay, that's wrong. There's a different Greek word that defines things that are small. Here again, small, narrow, small. This is absurd. Where if you look up phlepsis here, which again is the noun, it says right here, from 23:46, afflicted. But then when you click here, you see they've translated it narrow. Narrow is much different than afflicted. Where let me close this video by saying that this verse has context to a specific audience. The way having one been afflicted carries to the context of Matthew 24, and those who will be given up to affliction, Matthew 24:9, Matthew 24:10, and Matthew 24:21, namely according to the great affliction, is not, and to you who are being afflicted, slackening which is with you in the unveiling of the Lord from heaven with the angels of his ability. This is where you would want to be. You would want to be according to the slackening of affliction, not the afflicted way. And it's no wonder that nobody can understand the Word of God with all of these discrepancies and mistranslated words. So here on the screen is a chart that I made from Mark 13:35 and Luke 12:38, outlining the watch times of the night, where eventide here is the unveiling of the Lord from heaven with the angels, where they're slackening from affliction all pre-midnight, okay? Midnight is when half of the virgins enter the wedding, where they're slackening of affliction, all right? Where then when the door is shut at midnight and the foolish are locked out, this is the afflicted way right here. The third watch time, which is the sign given Peter, is the great affliction and the afflicted way, hence the narrow. Where if you're using the Devar Bible translation, you're going to see that the verbs and the nouns and any parts of speech in this word family encompassing affliction is consistently translated. Afflict, affliction, afflicted, etc., 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 afflictions, which there's not that many occurrences in the whole word family here, 57, where if you're reading these other translations, they've minced these words: trouble, afflict, narrow, throng. What throng? Throng is a different word. A throng defines a crowd or a multitude of people from the noun achalos here. For example, when the throng was driven out, Matthew 9:25, achalos. Where thlebo is that which is afflicted. I don't know why they translated it throng in this verse here. What verse did they translate it throng? Mark 3:9. And he spake to his disciples that a small ship should wait on him, lest they should throng him. No, it's afflict. Where in fact we find achlos in the same verse. Because of the throng, lest they may afflict him. Phlebo. So if you want to read the Word of God and understand precisely what it's communicating, you need to get a better Bible translation. Here, the Devar Bible Translation Work software is free. It says right here on the splash screen, not for sale, because it's always been given away. Even the paper copies, when they were in print, were free. So if you want to get this exceptional Bible translation, which has corrected tens of thousands of mistakes and problems and mistranslated words, just go to my video right here. If you scroll down, number 90, where is it? Right here, free Devar software info. Click on this video and just look in the comment section, which there's not that many comments, and you'll see right down here is a link that you can copy and paste into a browser, which will take you to a file share site called HiDrive, and then enter the passcode, and you'll see files in there for Mac, PC, and Android. Thanks for watching, and God bless.